obviously a lot has changed with college sports, but when you come back here, I mean, this is the place that y'all built. I guess, what is that feeling to come back here and every time be celebrated the way y'all are?
Well, fortunately, Janice, I still live in Lubbock. She lives close by, so we're here frequently, and we've really enjoyed having Krista back because it's just a different feel to have your teammate be the head coach and get to celebrate wins with her, and hope that she will keep raising the bar.
Well, and just to see how the university's progressed to go from one venue to another, and the Coliseum was our place. And lots of great memories
Where's
there.
the Coliseum?
We had our yesterday was the tailgate on the grass where the Coliseum was, so we kind of had a fun time laughing about that. Then walking to the football stadium, where the ATC used to be, just south of the stadium. Of course, the stadium's way different, and it's just so fun to watch all that. And but also to walk in this arena and see what these student athletes get to do now on this court in this arena. But I mean, that's fun too.
Oh, and then
just
there's
to
the
see it
Womble.
progress. Oh yeah, that little
Because we
gym
practiced in the women's gym, which is no longer.
Yes.
Y'all probably don't even know where that is because it's not here anymore.
Across from the band hall used to be.
Yeah.
I don't even know what's there now, but it probably needed to go. ATC's gone, Coliseum's gone, but then to see
we're
the
not.
Womble,
We're still here.
We are still here.
We are here.
The Womble is second to none in the whole country, and then the United Spirit Arena. So it's fun to see. No hard feelings. Our banners are still in the rafters, so no hard feelings.
I interviewed Coach Gerlich earlier this summer, and she told a story about black shoes and white shoes in the national championship year.
Yeah.
Can y'all remember that, the superstition of it?
Vividly.
Oh, yes. We opened in Stanford, and Stanford had just won the year before a national championship. And they dropped their banner, and we had the black shoes on. And that was before, I think, tanning was popular. So the white girls were really white. I mean, like white. And so, every time I touch the ball traveling, I mean, they just look at your shoes, and we lost to Stanford. So
That was the
Coach
first
said
game.
absolutely never.
No, we won 'em at Utah. We got beat at Utah, and then that was it. Because that was our.
I don't think she let us use the black shoes anymore. But we all had to, back in the day. We wore the same shoes. Like, we're wearing white shoes today. We're wearing black it's not like now where I'm gonna wear the lime green version of the shoes tonight.
One's
so
pink and one's green. Yeah,
that
was never a question, but. I thought we wore them twice, and then they were bad luck, and just kind of. Once you go on a winning streak, you don't mess with it.
We wore the black uniforms, but not the black shoes.
And then our roommates, our travel roommates, were the same on our win streak. You didn't.
Yeah, we didn't.
We rode in the same vehicle, all that stuff. So.
I did wash my socks.
Yes.
And my knee pads. So.
A lot of fun stories like that. We've kind of gone through all that. Of course. Coach Weiss is the best storyteller of all times, and so we went down memory lane Friday night when we ate together, and lots of good times, lots of good memories, and so. About
shoes now, I think Bailey Maupin wears the same pair until they fall apart, and they make her change shoes. Mm-hmm. So that's her superstition. She wears her shoes until they're coming apart, and they make her change them because she just breaks them in. So. Anyway.
When y'all get together these days, does it feel the same as when y'all were in college?
Yeah, a little bit. Last night, a lot of us got together because people got into town yesterday morning in a football game, and it feels the same. With losing two teammates already, there's a void, obviously. But then for the rest of us, just to still have that connection and want to get together. That's what it's all about.
But we're a lot wiser now, and we talk about things we wish we had done back then that we were maybe, we might have celebrated a little bit differently.
Yeah.
We might have, but we pick up right where we left off, and we always have a really good time.
Or yesterday when we waited in the ramp at the football game for our recognition, they got us down there that we needed to wait for timeouts, whatever, and. For that 20 minutes, it was, we came down this ramp, and that, west side of Jones Stadium was full, and we had the green jackets on. Why did we have green jackets? That's what they gave us. It was just, we did walk all through that, and it was just, it was great. Big blessing.
At the time, how long were y'all just connected and close relationship-wise at the time, or did it take any development?
I think with us, we had 3 freshmen. And they really doted on Cheryl, so that was pretty cool because they were her biggest fans on the band. They were hooping and hollering, and I know our class, there was 4 of us that back then, you stayed the whole time. That you stayed for 4 years, and there was no trends. Now our other teammates are walking by
they're
laughing.
making
So yeah,
faces. There's
but
Lance.
and then Cynthia, one of our seniors, she was a big jokester, and we just
Yeah.
had a really good, different kind of characters, but like we really had fun. I mean, there was a lot of kind of laughing and joking, but when it was game time, we put our game face on, and it was a special team for sure.
We knew our role, and then we put in the work, and then when it was game time, we knew it was time to lock in and go, no matter who was on the other side.
And then obviously while y'all are here today, getting inducted into the Ring of Honor, y'all's team has talked about, to me at least once a week, everyone talks about it. Just talk to me about the emotions that y'all are feeling officially getting inducted into the Ring of Honor.
For me, staying in Lubbock has been a privilege, just because like people still recognize me 30 years, well, not quite. They're like, oh yeah, that's you. Wow, you've changed. But just getting to celebrate that all the time, and getting to watch the Lady Raiders, for the last 30 years has been special. So whether or not we ever got put in the Ring of Honor, we still are the first national championship team in Lubbock, and we will always have that no matter what. And so, but getting to be in the Ring of, that's pretty cool, because we'll keep coming to the games.
Yeah,
and I'm like, oh,
now there's one more thing to look at when we leave, and add it to the banners
and
and all that. So.
my kids actually want to come and see this, and they think it's cool, because used to like, oh yeah, Lady Raider stuff, because they just were when they this is all normal stuff to them, because that's just how they were raised. But
it's still special, even going back to Friday with Coach Sharp's dedication on the locker room at the Womble, to see the kind of the original season ticket holders from when it all began for her, and then to see all those faces, and again thinking of the Coliseum and all that, and we're sitting in the Womble, and then Ring of Honor. It's like, wow, it's still just seems like yesterday was Jones Stadium packed for us, but then still a blessing, and just we're still connected, like we mentioned, still.
How do you describe the impact that Coach Sharp has had on y'all?
For me, growing up in Lubbock and watching Tech, at the time Tech really was not on my radar, and probably because everybody wanted me to go to Tech, so I was like, well, I'm not going to do that. And then things fell into place, and she knows, and I even told her last night, without her recruiting me and coaches, I don't know where I'd be right now. With a scholarship at the time was my key to education. And then I've been in public education for 32 years now. And so, without her, my pathway, I don't know where I'd be. I'm very grateful for her and grateful for all that. And she knows it. She knows it.
Well, I'm from the Dallas area, and when Tech first, contacted me, and my parents are both Aggies. I was born in College Station, so I thought I was, might be an Aggie. But anyway, when they first contacted me, I almost canceled my home visit, because I was like, I'm not going to go out to that desert land. So the TCU football coach was not the first person to call this a desert land. So anyway, it just turned out that things fell into place, and I really appreciated, like, Coach Sharp was always in the top of the pack, always pushing it with Texas and Arkansas, and I'm like, I want to go to a winning program, and it just worked out. And said a little prayer on A&M campus on my A&M visit to, have God send me a sign, and the street sign said Lubbock, so here I am. And I thought I'd come out here for 4 years and leave and go back to the Dallas area, and I got married, had 3 kids, and been in Lubbock ever since. So I love it out here, and I appreciate that she thought enough of me to give me a chance, and it's been real great.
Yeah, Coach, obviously you've coached a lot of special teams in your time here, but what about this specific team made it so special besides raising the banner and the trophy at the end of the year?
Well, I've had an opportunity through the years to say a lot of things about them, and I think the thing that separated them in some ways, obviously they were incredibly talented, and we had the National Player of the Year that was a part of us, but they also were so selfless. They didn't care who scored. If Cheryl needed to score 40 points, they were happy for that to happen. They just wanted to win. And I think that the fact that they really felt that way about each other and cared so much about each other and were a real team was something that really separated them from a lot of people that they were playing against that year, for sure. And people have told me a long time that Cheryl could have taken anybody to a national championship, but I'll tell you that I think it takes a special group to play with someone that's that talented, because you have to be really unselfish, and they were.
Ask your players about this story, but I interviewed Krista earlier in the summer, and she talks about these black shoes and white shoes and the black uniforms that you debuted that year. Do you remember that story at all, or that year?
Well, I do remember wearing the black shoes and throwing them in a trash can because we lost in them. It was one of the only losses we had the whole year, and we said, well, we can't take a chance on these anymore. So I don't know if we were superstitious or we just felt like maybe our feet looked too big when we wore black, or smaller. I don't know what happened, but I think we felt more comfortable in the white shoes, and that's what we did. And we were always really glad we were in black. And I think the reason black uniforms is because that meant we were the underdogs. You know, we weren't the home team, we weren't the favored team all the time. And so when you're wearing black, well, you feel like that you've got to prove yourself every time, and we got to do that all the way through to the championship.
And obviously a lot of West Texas players were on that team. Why was it so important for you to have those homegrown type West Texas kids?
During the 90s, West Texas was considered a hotbed for girls basketball players. There's still a lot of amazing high school programs in the state. You guys cover them all the time. But those players really grew up in programs that we knew they were going to be skilled players that we could count on to do really great things at this level. And so we recruited them heavily. We recruited, almost all of our recruiting was done in West Texas. We had a few other folks from time to time that we added to the roster, but for the most part they were pretty close to here, and we were always really grateful for that was true. And I think it was one reason that our fan base was so passionate, because they were kids that they had watched play throughout their high school careers, and they were really excited to watch them play on the college level.
You talk about how much this team cared for each other and still does, but also this university cares for that national championship team. Just talk about the love that you've seen from the university and how it's continued throughout the years.
You know, it's never changed. It doesn't make any difference where we go or what we do. People still recognize that and want to talk about what they were doing the day we won the championship. And I've always thought that was such a great thing and something that's never gone away the whole time. And we've just always been so proud that we represented them and that they cared that much about what we were doing.
And then today, getting inducted into the Ring of Honor, your whole team is here. Y'all are getting to share it together. Just talk about those emotions and just seeing everyone and then officially getting to see y'all's name in the USA.
Yeah. You know, when we get back together, it's just like we were right where we were when it happened. And that's such an amazing feeling every time we get to experience it. Yesterday we were standing in the tunnel to go out onto the football field to be honored there. And they were talking about when the limos brought us in to the stadium and how that felt, and that they still felt that. They could still feel how they felt that day when that happened. And so, you know, it's one of those events that you just always have these amazing memories that never go away. And I'm just so grateful to them because they've been my memories for a long, long time, and I really love them and appreciate what they've done.
At the time, did you envision that Krista would, be able to become a great coach like she has?
Well, she was a great leader, and one of the reasons that we were able to win a national championship, her leadership skills were really great all the way through her career at Tech. And she obviously has a lot of skills, and she knows the game really, really well. So I'm really grateful that she's here, and I think, they're set up to have a really great year, and I can't wait to watch it.
All right, thanks, Coach Sharp. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you guys for being here.